Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren and today I am canning some strawberry jam, and I'm going to go through and show you step by step how I do it, and then we're going to sell this at the farm stand this weekend. A lot of people came to my channel through my canning videos, so I'm really excited to have another canning video for you guys. If you came to my channel through candle making recently, I understand why you might be a little bit confused. I cover all things homegrown and homemade on this channel, especially things that I make and then sell at my farm stand or farmers markets. And my life is very seasonal. So now it's canning season and planting season, but you know, the last like 5 months it was full candle season. So there will still be candle content. I've already got another candle video coming up, but there's also going to be canning, a lot of homesteading topics. We're gonna have garden tours. I'm doing tons of cut flower bouquets, more soap making. So all things homegrown and homemade that we sell at the farm stand. So just wanted to clear that up and let's get right into the jam making. Getting my hairnet and gloves in place, and then I'm gonna start with adding 5 cups of crushed strawberries, and I use the food processor to help with that process. I'm using Sure-Gel Pectin. I use the recipe recommended on their website, and I will link that below. They also have a quick guide on the back of the box. And so the first thing is to get the pectin in and then bring that to a strong rolling boil. So while we're waiting for the crushed strawberries to come up to a boil, it also has a pectin in there. I'll just show you my setup real quick. I have my water bath canner. This is my smaller canner, so I may have to process these in more batches than I would like to, but it is only a 10-minute process time, so that's not too big of a deal. Over here, sorry you can't see it right now, but I have all of my tools. The jar grabber, lid grabber, ladle, and the all-important canning funnel. And then I've got all of my bands. And this pot over here, I've got all of my lids, and I already boiled those, so those are ready to go. I've got all of my jars here, and this is my favorite jar. See how it's like a little short fat jar? This is an 8-ounce ball mason jar. It is my favorite jar to sell jellies in. They just look a little different on the shelf and catch the eye, and I just really like how they stack up for my displays. So that's what I have out here. Of course, towels, plenty of towels for canning. So now we're just waiting for this to boil. While we're waiting for this to boil, I thought I would share just a few tips for making jams and jellies. Some people have trouble from time to time with their jams and jellies setting correctly, so getting firm and staying firm. I think the trick for that, and I've been canning for years, is you always want to put your pectin in with the fruit first. Don't put your sugar in first. The pectin needs to be alone with the fruit first, and it needs to come to a hard boil, so hard that you cannot stir the boil down with the spoon. So sometimes when you're boiling, if you start stirring, the boil goes down. This will be boiling so hard that you can't stir it down. Then and only then do you add the sugar, and you want to bring it up to a boil that's so hard that it cannot be stirred down again, and that needs to continue for a minute. That will ensure you get that set. Also, these recipes for jams and jellies are very exact, so I say follow the recipe exactly. And I am using Sure-Gel Pectin today. I tend to follow the recipe provided by the type of pectin that I'm using. Sure-Gel, I don't have a particular pectin that's my favorite. It's just Sure-Gel is usually most available. I usually find it at Walmart and Target, so that's why I usually use that one. But my advice, especially if you're new and you don't have a tried and true different recipe, is follow what the pectin says. And this is a full sugar recipe. It is not a low sugar recipe. I don't really make those very much, to be honest with you. So those are some tips. Let's check on how this is doing. All right, we have a little bubble starting to happen. That's good. There are a couple larger chunks of fruit in here, but I rather like that. They'll probably break apart further as it starts to boil. I will have a link to this recipe below, but it's going to be 1 packet of sugar gel with 7 cups of sugar and 5 cups of crushed strawberries. It does call for like a half a tablespoon of butter, and that's usually added to make the foaming go down as the fruit boils. I am not going to add that only because my cottage food laws in my state, I'm really not allowed to add that, and I really want to follow the rules. I don't want my business to get shut down. So I won't be adding the butter, but I just skim it off the top with a spoon, and I've actually done that for years and it's always been fine. So. There's something that just seems kind of wild about measuring out this much sugar. 7 cups is a lot of sugar. I'm using organic cane sugar. I'm really excited because my little boy and I went and picked these strawberries together. I'll put in a picture. So we got these from a local orchard, and then we're using organic cane sugar. So I just think it's a very wholesome recipe. Ooh. Right, our crushed strawberries with pectin are really starting to boil now. But not quite a boil that can't be stirred down yet. So I'm gonna turn it up. See if we can't get there. All right, we're still able to stir it down a little bit. So not yet. This will be a little bit harder. See, it's almost there though. Oh. I'd say that's a boil that you can't stir down. Pretty good. You can see that foam. Woo! Steamy. Here comes 4 cups of sugar. All right, we need 3 more cups of sugar. There we go. Okay, now we're at a really good boil with all the sugar. Okay, and it's still boiling even though I'm stirring it. So we're gonna let this go for a minute. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. There we go. All right, that should do it. I'm gonna turn this off and get ladling now. And don't forget the all-important step of wiping down the rims of the jars before applying the lids and the bands. These go into the jacuzzi for 10 minutes, and because they are being processed for at least 10 minutes, we did not have to pre-sterilize the lids and bands, but I did wash them. Always check the National Center for Home Food Preservation. It's a few days later and I'm up at the farm stand. I just wanted to show you guys the finished product. These turned out great. There's only 3 left, so we've sold a bunch of them already, and hopefully be making blueberry jam soon. Sorry I didn't get footage of taking them out of the water bath and checking the seals. My little boy needed some attention, so that was all I was able to film at the time. But I have many other canning videos, so check that out. I have them in a playlist, and I appreciate you guys as always for viewing and stopping by the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.